Welcome back, Nancy.
Hi.
Yeah, I apologize for the technical difficulties. That's
Oh, no
unfortunate.
worries. Are you still not able to be on camera?
Yeah, I think it's because of the fire that's happening, like basically a half mile away from me. Yeah, it's in the Lomita.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Wait, so you're gonna do no video or should we postpone this?
Oh no, no, we're just gonna do this with my voice and you guys on video.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, gotta work it that way. So I'm gonna add the other guest in a minute. So yeah, like I just want to ask. I just want to ask you let's talk about your dating advice because you offer great dating advice.
Oh, that's is that what you caught on to from my or do you just have comedians?
Yeah, I have comedians on there. Yeah, comedians too.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
you cover
okay.
the comedy and you talk about your dating advice. It's like a mixture of all of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do a mixture of a lot of different things. The
That's
dating advice that comes from actual date coaching experience. I am a certified date coach. Not that you have to be certified, but I thought it would
that's
at least
cool.
make me seem more legitimate and also just for myself to learn from an expert. And so I thought, why not give some actual dating advice mixed in with a comedic element so people can be entertained? So that's
Hmm.
why I put those dating tips up there online.
Oh, that's a cool niche. You ever start of like starting a YouTube channel about it, like talking about dating or talking about some
Um,
comedy and that?
I have thought about it maybe with my husband, like doing a date coaching podcast. We still
Mhm.
might do it. But you know how the comedy life is. It's just
Oh yeah, it's a
it
grind.
takes oh my gosh, it's such a grind just to pay the bills and even do stand up. Now we got to be our own director, producer, podcaster,
Hmm.
have multiple side hustles. So you know how it is. It's
Yeah, it's
hard to
cool.
get
I
through.
mean, but it makes it a lot easier to be successful now compared to like 20 years ago, where you had to have connections.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's a give and take for to both. you know Now
And
there are less gatekeepers, but there's also a lot more competition, so that's the
oh yeah, it's over.
trade-off.
Yeah, it's oversaturated now. Like back when I jumped in YouTube 10 years ago, it was easier getting like lots and lots of subscribers compared to now, where you got to be professional or have a corporate backing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Money, 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 that's what it always takes.
Oh yeah.
Nothing new under the sun, right?
Yeah. So what inspired you to be a comedian?
Oh gosh, I didn't really want to be a comedian at first. I was in acting through college. I was a drama major. And
Mhm.
then in one of my acting classes, the teacher was really impressed with this older Asian lady character that I do. Maybe you've seen it on my Instagram or wherever else.
Mhm.
And then he was like, "You should do this as stand up." And I was like, "Hell no, I'm not doing stand up comedy." I don't want to go up there and tell a bunch of vulnerable jokes about myself. But then I ended up doing the character for like a competition at the Laugh Factory, and I did well. So then
Oh,
the
that's
Laugh
awesome.
Factory manager was like, "Oh, you should do this regular, as yourself." And I was like, "No." But then I finally got into it. So it was through a lot of force, a lot of
Yeah.
pushing.
Yeah. I've done a lot of open mics at the Laugh Factory. A lot of
Oh,
them.
a lot of them? Just the
Yeah.
weekly one?
Yeah, the weekly one on Tuesday, and yeah, you got your big break. Oh, and here is Stevona, another comedian.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
Yes, so it's two Asian ladies, one Latina, and a black guy. But you can't see me because yeah, my camera's jacked up.
I'm actually an Asian wannabe.
I know. I was gonna say, are you Asian? I mean, a lot counts for being Asian now.
I was thought I grew up in the whitest community in the country, according to the Census Bureau, but I have
Well,
dark hair. And people thought I was Asian. I used to carry around my birth certificate to, to show that my parents were my parents.
oh wow, that's something.
And I grew up and I wound up living with an Asian guy, and everybody thought we were brother and sister. So I went from
Oh
being like
wow,
crazy Asian to an Asian brother fucker. But
it's the eyes. It's the eyes. You know, it's the eyes. It gives us the vibe.
Probably the high cheekbones too. You look like you could be Native American.
You know what I am? I'm German and Polish.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Or my mother is lying.
No,
So-
you know what? Some Germans have high cheekbones, and it's called hooded eyes, like Claudia Schiffer, the supermodel.
Oh yeah, I feel just like her.
That's funny. So, Stevona, haven't you done the Laugh Factory?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about the Hollywood one, not the one in Covina. The one you.
I've done the Hollywood one.
Okay.
Wasn't a fan of it. The show that I did's not going on anymore, which was bad. But yeah, I performed over there.
Ooh, what show is that?
It was, what was it? I honestly cannot remember. It was so long ago. It was it was Spanglish.
Okay, it was a Latin comedy show.
It was a Latin comedy show. It was run by a white man, so it was just very weird.
Oh no. Okay. They've had some really good, successful Latin comedy shows at the Laugh Factory, though. I don't know what it was called, but there was one on Monday nights that would sell out every week for years.
Yeah, it wasn't on Monday night. It wasn't on Monday night. It was on a Thursday. But yeah, it was really weird. So I'm not surprised it didn't last that long. But the other ones at Long Beach are still going. And I heard that one's a great room.
Oh, okay. I've never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I added avatars just so I can see who y'all talking to.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Stevona, you have a YouTube channel. Like I've been helping you out, saying get you more subscribers. I mean, because you only have like 300 at the moment.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get to my goal 500.
Oh, you're saying so short. You gotta get yourself up to at least 5,000. Like
5,000? Yeah, I'm like, I gotta post every day. I was just editing a video today too.
Is it a comedy channel? Like you post your stand-up stuff?
No, I just do I do post comedy on there too. I have like a full 10 minutes that I did at Pasadena at the Ice House that I really liked, and it was just like a set that I had forever, and it was trying to write a new set anyways. So I had like uploaded that one for people to see, and that's the most views on my page. Well, the second, because the first one I did a vlog of myself getting a bikini wax for the first time. So that one, of course, is gonna have more numbers. But the second most watched was that video, the video of me doing stand-up. So I just do like that. I do vlogs. I show people how I go to work and how I do open mics and how I do shows and like the traffic that I gotta be in LA, like the food that I gotta pack if I'm gonna be out there all day, but like just like the real struggles of like trying to make it. But it was more so like I can like remember, just like have memory. But now I'm like, I do want to grow it too.
Yeah, why not? Who knows? Maybe you'll monetize one of these days.
Yeah. You have a lot of subscribers, huh?
Who, me?
John?
Yeah, John.
Yeah, I got 26,000, but yeah, I mean, it was just easier getting a lot of subscribers like around 2016 compared to now, you know what I'm saying? Because everything got taken over by corporations.
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you mean by that? They got taken over by corporations.
Yeah, it's corporations.
What do you mean by that, though?
I mean, pretty much like around 2017, they switched the algorithm to promote like mainstream content, like Comedy Central type stuff, like you know what I'm saying, like ABC, CBS,
yeah, people who pay for ads, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like a Jenna Marbles anymore or PewDiePie anymore. Let me think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, some of them are huge corporate backing. Yeah, it's unfortunate. But Jenny, I just want to ask where do you go to usually do comedy at?
Where do I perform at?
Yeah.
I perform at the Comedy Store. These are a lot of times independent produced. I've been at the Improv, the Ice House. I have not been at the Laugh Factory. I was in New York. I was at the Gotham Comedy Club there, Broadway Comedy Club, the West Side. Wherever I can.
Cool.
Stevona is doing her eyelashes.
Yeah, what happened? You wasn't.
Are people watching us? Can we? I don't know if our people are watching us.
Yeah, there is a few people watching this right now.
Gotta make sure
because my background's in. I'm a crime reporter, so comedy. That comedy's dark.
Yeah, you give like detective vibes.
Yeah, really? I've never been told that before, but that's great. Usually I'm told I look like a lesbian social worker.
No, you dang, you give me like, what the heck is that? I gotta Google it. What the heck is the name of that girl that's a detective? It's a cartoon.
Carmen Sandiego?
Yes, that's a
Oh, that's much better. That's much better. Yes. I want to be a cartoon detective.
That's what I'm getting. Carmen Sandiego.
Where in the world is?
She just needs a trench coat and a hat.
Yes.
That's funny. Let me back to detectives. What y'all think about the whole Diddy thing, the whole Diddy news?
Oh boy. I interviewed him years ago. I was doing a story for the Washington Post, and it was how street, kids who were rapping in the street could make it, like how they could get their tapes to these guys. And I remember when I went for my interview, it was scheduled at a certain time, and I went into his offices, and nobody knew that he had an appointment. Nobody knew where he was. It was very odd, but I certainly didn't get any vibe from him that he was sex trafficking people. I don't think that was something he would.
I don't think he was sex trafficking, but I do think that he was like manipulating people, and like I can see him like the prostitutes or the freak offs. I don't know about that, but I can see him like manipulating people, or having them do uncomfortable things. Maybe not like sexually, but like pretty close to it, to do that.
I don't know. The feds busted in his house a few days ago. It's very serious.
And for Cassie to say something, like, Cassie is unproblematic. Like, we've never had an issue with Cassie. She's never in any drama, never nothing. For her to actually be the first one to like step up and say something is crazy.
I don't know enough about it. The last I heard about it wasn't even this week. It was when like 50 Cent was coming out, So all the stuff that you guys have updates on, I'm not aware. But I'll just say in general, if all of it's true or even some of it's true, I would not be surprised, because I feel like a lot of people in power abuse.
I agree.
Power,
I think when you're used to everybody around you saying yes because everybody's afraid to say anything else, I think it screws with your head. I knew my old hairdresser worked for Martha Stewart, and she said that Martha would say, "It drives me crazy. Nobody will actually tell me what they think." And which is a good thing that she felt that way. But people become afraid of their bosses, I guess.
Yeah. And also, some of these people, I'm sure they were victims, but I believe a lot of these people also had the option to walk away. But that's kind of like selling your soul to the devil, right? You compromise yourself, and then you have regrets.
Because it's men and women too. I mean, the victims are men and women, and some are in positions of power in their own way, are celebrities in their own way. So it's an interesting situation.
Um, I mean, it's the same. Have you guys seen that like Nickelodeon?
Oh, Dan Schneider. Yeah. I
Have
Yeah.
mean,
you seen that?
Oh,
That's
it's,
what it reminds me of, and it's also just making me think like I think karma is catching up to all these really powerful people. Like, yeah, it might have took like 20, 30 years, but you know, it was just building up and building up and building up, and
yeah,
now
this is
you
what
know all
happened
these.
to Weinstein, Harvey Weinstein. Like karma came to him in a big way.
And it's
Mhm.
so interesting. Who would have thought? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we're living at a weird time. You know, like they took away abortion rights, but some of these big, powerful men who abuse people are being taken down. Who, I mean, people did this in the old, you know, in the studio days. You know, back in the 20s and 30s, controlled people. So I don't know. It's fascinating time to live in.
Yeah, and then Wendy Williams is like deteriorating.
And we're documenting it. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
just so bizarre in real time. And it's just
I feel like with her, I honestly feel like she just pissed off so many people in her lifetime because of her career, and I am a big believer in energy, and I believe that throughout her career all the people she's pissed off just, you know, think and wish her bad, and they would always, you know, I'm sure they wish they could like, you know, beat her up or, you know, do terrible things to her. And I just feel like all of their energies conspired and was just building and building, and one day it just, you know, manifested, and it manifested in the worst possible way ever. I almost feel like, you know how like it's kind of like evil eye, like sometimes people don't want to say nothing because like, you know, the way people will think can like their energy kind of affects it. People believe that. I feel like that's kind of
Mm.
what it was giving.
oh man, I wish that was true for every evil person.
yeah,
That deserve to get punished, you know?
It might be,
yeah. Good.
it might just have to take like 20, 30 years like Rob Schneider and P. Diddy, but they'll get it, and they'll get it bad. It'll be worth it. And
What
I
Yeah,
believe
happened?
I mean they're the fall guys, especially the fall guys to the people like who are above them in the industry.
that one.
Yeah,
The fall guys,
The
yeah, the
fall guy.
fall guys. Yeah,
you
you know
mean
what
the
I'm saying? Like
guys who
they're
should take the brunt of the punishment?
pretty much like like Weinstein and Diddy. You know, pretty much they're not going to go after the you know what I'm saying like the CEO.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not everybody gets their comeuppance. There are plenty of people who get away with murder till the day they die.
Pol
That's
Pot, Joseph Stalin.
I wish, yeah, I wish they would get what they deserve, but
the
not in this lifetime, not always.
like it was Wendy. I feel like the devil just used up all that energy and boom.
I mean, just look at Ellen. I mean, oh my God, Ellen in the last couple of years has just been exposed as just a big time. Man.
It might take like it might take her until she's old like Bill Cosby, but at least we know Bill. Wait, is Bill Cosby free? Is he free? He's not free, right?
Yeah,
He's
he's
gonna.
out.
Oh, he's
Although I
out.
have to say, yeah, but Ellen might have been a bad boss or might have been an abusive boss, but it doesn't sound like she was actually like exploiting people or sexually assaulting people. You know, she just
She's just a bitch.
yeah, like and who hasn't had a bad boss?
Yeah, we
I
all.
know. Cut her some slack.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, just back to comedy wise, like who's done, let me think, who's been, oh yeah, Stevona, talk about this, you the one who's been on Kill Tony, like how many times have you been on Kill Tony? Like twice? Oh shit,
Oh,
what happened? Yeah, you went off.
Me?
it was
Yeah,
the
it was you,
Wi-Fi.
Stevona, yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, I've only been on it. I've been to it twice. I've been to Texas twice to sign up, but I've only been on it once, which I think was for the best too, because I'm like, I could think of a better minute to come up with instead of that one.
Which I'm sorry, what were you on? I didn't hear.
Kill Tony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. How you guys know what that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's making people's careers even if they suck.
Oh,
And a
Sorry.
lot of
There's some
them
people who don't
suck.
deserve what they're getting through that.
Exactly. I watch it sometimes and I'm like, really, come on. Like, no, I don't want to be like, no tea, no shade. And I'm not jealous. Well, maybe it is coming from jealousy, but I'm just like, come on. Like,
yeah. I mean, you
wait
feel
it
like you've
out.
been in a new over
Tony
there.
needs to wait it out. He needs to wait it out. I think he just jumps on because he's trying to find like the next, I don't know what it is, but he just jumps on a person. And I'm like, wait it out.
How was it for you? What was you said your experience wasn't, you didn't like it?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, I really liked it. I had a really good minute, and I did this minute right when he moved to Austin, Texas. It was like a couple months in. And like they weren't really funny when he first moved there, so it was really like helpful. Because like I did really good, but he was really nice. He introduced me to Joe Rogan and he hung out with us at like the little like after party thing because they like hang out with just all the comedians back there and stuff. So Red Band was talking to me and he travels with a band called the Nether Hour that he talks about, and like they were with us the whole time. They were like loved our set. I had my boyfriend with me, and you know how sometimes he'll bring the boyfriend up or like the girlfriend if one of them gets called. So he brought him up. He had a really good set too. So it was just like really perfect. It was crazy because it was like I journaled it exactly like that, and it went like that. It was so weird.
You have the video up on your site?
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
it.
we're gonna share the link right now. Like I've seen the video. It was good content. You really stood your ground against Tony. You stood your ground against Tony Hinchcliffe. Not too many comedians do that.
I
Good
still
for
do.
you.
What'd you say?
You stood your ground against Tony. Not a lot of comedians stand their ground against Tony Hinchcliffe like that.
Yeah, he was cool. It was really cool. He does help a lot, but yeah, he be giving people like careers that he need to wait a little bit sometime.
Open micers are getting careers now. But whatever,
Yeah.
that's life. That's the business. If they can
Right.
sell seats.
And
Well,
some
right.
people,
If they, he can give them their start, but he can't give them longevity. So if that's up to them.
right.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah, but once you have that kind of following, the rest of it's pretty set, because the hardest part is actually getting the exposure. It's really
Yeah,
dull.
like they can make YouTube after they have podcasts now because they just got like such a big fan base from Kiltonia. They don't even have they do like podcasts now, and now they know Tony. They're getting all Tony's friends, and Tony's regulars on a podcast and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's the link to her video. Just copy and paste that link.
Oh,
I'm the
cool.
last.
Okay.
I'm going to do that.
It'll be because I'm the last one. But yeah, it's crazy. I gotta go back. I gotta manifest it again and pray again because that's what I did last time.
You're gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be the new Kilton regular soon. You just gotta believe it.
Yeah, you might be if you keep going back, especially being a female comic, because we stand out, there's still not a lot of us, even though it's a different day and age.
Yes, that's so true. I know.
Yeah, and Kill Tony doesn't really have female regular. Although they used to have this one black female regular back when they was in Hollywood, but ever since they moved to Austin, it's pretty much been men.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's nothing new. I mean, it's still a male dominated field. It's still tough. You still have to compete. And I think comedy just a lot of audiences, they find it hard to laugh at women's pain as opposed to men's pain.
Mm-hmm.
It's different.
Yeah, it is. I mean, because of that stereotype, like, oh, women are funny.
Well, I mean, there are plenty of funny women, and I'm not saying it's harder for us completely across the board. I think it is easier for female comics in some aspects because there's less competition and people are so starved to hear female comics. That's an advantage we have. But just societally, like I can't take all the credit for this because my husband is the one who really pinpointed it. Think about if you see a dude fall on the street, his buddies will laugh at him and be like, "You dumbass, whatever, you clumsy." You see a woman fall, everybody's like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" So in that same way, like the pains of life, women don't always get laughs when we turn it into a joke. They feel kind of sorry for us instead of laughing with us, right? So it's just in that way, I feel like it is kind of harder when you're a female comic.
Yeah, that's
That's a
true.
really good point. And also, I have a friend, a guy friend who has been a comedy fan for years, knows comedy really well, is not a comedian, and likes both female and male comics. And he said to me, I don't know, maybe about a year ago, he goes, why is it that every female comedian is so hard on guys? It's like they're talking about small dick size or their balls are too long or stuff like that. And I said, I can tell you why that is. I go, because for years, women sat in the audience while guys talked about how we smelled like fish and this and that. And we were supposed to laugh because there was no female getting up there and saying anything. And usually not the big ones who got success, but when I would see female comics, it was all self-deprecating, kind of saying what was wrong with them. And so I think now, I mean, I get kind of tired hearing about people having problems with small dicks and long balls, but I understand it. It's just now they're kind of giving back what we used to get, if that makes any sense.
I agree. Also, I think it's just what is popular right now. Hating men is kind of popular. Making fun of them is popular, and self-deprecating is not. Women don't want to hear other women call themselves fat or ugly. It's just what's popular now, I think, subject-wise.
That's funny. I kind of agree with you, and it's weird because yeah, it is kind of like this sort of saying that you're great, you're this and that, and kind of it's not my comedy to do that, but good for them.
Yeah, I mean, me being a male, like, I mean, making fun of like other people pretty much is my thing. But I mean, it's different for other people. I mean, especially now, like we're in a more sensitive era in comedy. You know what I'm saying? People like get offended over a joke.
Oh, sorry. Did I step over you?
No, you're good.
There are some comedians, for example, on Kill Tony, David Lucas is a regular, and I liked his comedy when I first got introduced to him. He was really funny. He's a really good roaster. He's a great roaster. And I saw he had a special, so I watched his special, and it was just all like degrading women the whole time. Like, and normally I'm not that type of person where it's like, oh my God, but it was like every joke is like, yeah, this bitch, or like I'm gonna hit this bitch, or this dumb bitch. Like, it's like, can't you make some fun of something else? Like, no offense, but like, come on, like.
And it's a weird thing because you have that on one side, and then as John was saying, you could be sensitive too. Like my stuff's kind of dark, and I'll talk about suicide. Like I have tried suicide, so I feel like I can talk about it, and but I think about it before I say it, and how am I going to approach it? And like I know a comedian who has been raped, and she has a joke about rape, but it comes from her experience, and still people will get mad at the word. So it's a fine line.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's really happened to you. If the audience isn't comfortable with it, if you don't make it funny, or they don't want to hear about it, it doesn't matter. Because I've talked about plenty of instances where I've gone through things that have been racist towards me, and they can't take it because they don't want to hear you as the winner in a situation, even if you're the victim.
Yeah. I do make a lot of racial jokes too. Like, what I'm saying? I make white jokes, Asian jokes, Latino jokes, but I make fun of myself a lot too, like black jokes. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it equal opportunity haters. But you know what I'm saying? Just to keep it calm, you know what I'm saying? Not being serious. It's all just for laughs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Oh
don't
yeah,
care if anybody makes like Mexican jokes and stuff like that. It's just like if it's funny, who cares?
exactly. That's a criterion, you know.
Yeah, but it just don't like beat the dead horse like the whole Chappelle trans thing. Like that's like this last street special, just beating the same horse.
Oh yeah, for real. Yeah, you gotta switch it up. It's okay to have some jokes about different things, like want to call women bitches, whatever. But like, just make sure that that's not your entire comedy piece. Like, mix it up, get creative. Doesn't have to be like if you're gonna make like your friend who jokes about rape, which I would not. I don't know why I'm laughing right now, but I would not laugh if she said that because I was so bad. But I don't know. I just when you say that, like she jokes about rape, I was like, oh my goodness. I forgot where I was
Anything's
going with
possible, right?
that.
I think you can make a joke about anything as
Mhm.
long as it's funny, as long as it's a
Mhm.
good joke. But
Yeah.
there's lots of material out there that doesn't fit that description.
Yeah. And like she wouldn't, that's what I was gonna say. She wouldn't make her whole set about like rape either.
Oh.
It's like, okay, here's the joke, and then ha ha ha, let's move on to something else. Like that's when it's not weird. I feel like it's weird when they like I said, and I was watching that guy's YouTube and it was just like all like degrading women, which I like him, but I'm like, I just feel like you could do better. Cause like it's like the funny thing is he calls like like the bitch, like the funny, it's just like typical boy humor, like just locker room jokes,
Yeah, then I feel like he probably hasn't done his job in making it funny because I'm thinking of one comedian who did talk smack about women the whole time, but he was hilarious. Is Patrice O'Neill.
Yeah.
He was incredible, and I would laugh my ass off. And he's just making us look so dumb, but he made it so good and funny. I didn't mind. So if they're not making us laugh and we get tired of the subject, that's because maybe it's not funny. Maybe it's just tired.
Exactly, it's being a dead horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the dead horse is tired of being made fun of.
I mean, you know what I would say is I do get tired of it, tired of shows where I hear the same subject from guys the whole time. And granted, women talk about a lot of the same stuff. I talk about men too, because that's what's funny to me and that's what seems to work. But that's, I think, when I get tired is when I see comedian after comedian, especially males, talking about the same thing. I don't mind getting made fun of, but if it's over and over again, kind of like what you're saying, Stevona, right? Is that how you say it, Stevona?
Stevona.
Yeah. Stevona. Okay. Sorry. Stevona. Then, yeah, I think it gets tiring.
I think it's hard if you're on a show like, okay, I'm an older woman. If I get on a show with older women, I mean, I don't want to hear about, 12 rusty vaginas. I mean, it's all like the same. It does kind of start to be all the same joke. So, I mean, I guess if you fit into any category, you have to kind of think outside the box or you will sound a lot of like,
Yeah. That happens to me a lot when I do like Asian shows. I have to watch the comedians ahead of me to make sure I'm not doing too similar of a joke. And when it's an all-female lineup too.
Absolutely.
I have to like pay attention. I'm like, that's already been said. I don't want to do another rendition of it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Or when all the male comedians take their shirts off.
Is everybody doing that now?
And then one female.
Oh yeah, one girl did it too.
Why am I forgetting her name? She's a well-known comedian, but I can't.
Yeah, she did it, and I made a joke like, because who does it? Is it Bill? It's not Bill Burr. It's
Bert Kreischer.
Bert.
Yeah, Bert Kreischer takes his shirt off. I've seen
she came in right after Bert.
Yeah, and then she did that. And it's funny because I always joke about like I'm gonna do that too one day, but obviously I can't. She literally had she had boobs, but they weren't that big. Like mine are like too big. Like, no, people are gonna get like a show. Like it's not like with her, it's okay because they were like really small, but like with me, it's like no. No.
You know what I'm saying? You guys were to do the Tig Notaro, you know what I'm saying? Like she be doing comedy topless, like it ain't even blurring or anything.
Who did it?
Oh God, I should Google it. I mean, it's somebody you would know, and it was at the Improv, and they had film of her while she might have decided at that moment to do it. Like she was standing, getting ready to get up, and then took it off.
Eliza Schlesinger?
Nope. Hold on, I'll try and Google it for you guys.
Whitney
I'm talking about Tig Notaro.
Yeah,
it's not Tig?
Not the woman who took it off. Tig has taken off her top, but the woman who did it, I'm looking her up right now.
I'm so curious who did that.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a bad memory.
Anyway.
Yeah, I've seen Bert Kreischer take off his shirt.
Natasha.
Bobby Lee.
When does Bert Kreischer have his shirt off? Who was it?
Natasha Olagero.
She did that? Oh,
Nancy's reaction was like, oh shit.
Oh my God, I haven't seen her in a long time. I didn't know
was on
like that.
You can see it. I think it was like on TMV or TMZ. It wasn't like it didn't seem graphic. It didn't seem. It just seemed funny. And then I'm pretty sure she kind of draped her shirt on, so she didn't do the whole set like that.
I see. Well, whatever. If guys are gonna do it, I guess women. I mean, the guys who do it though are usually not gonna turn anybody on, whereas it's just factual. A female does it, it's gonna be sexual.
I mean that's because Bert Kreischer is always topless. I mean, he was topless in the Kill Tony episode I was on.
Well, you know what? It didn't seem. It's kind of like what Stevona was saying. Stevona,
Stevona, right?
Stevona. It wasn't overtly sexual. It just was funny. It just was because she was spontaneous, and it was just ridiculous. And then, like I said, she kind of draped it over herself. So it was it.
Who's to say she couldn't do it when all the guys do it, right?
If you were Sydney Sweeney, yes, I agree. It would be a different reaction from the audience.
Oh, I don't know who that is. Sydney Sweeney?
You don't know? Oh, wow. She's like one of the biggest actresses out right now.
She's
on like Euphoria, HBO, and let me think. She was on that
she's got a horror movie out right now.
Hulu show. She was on the Hulu show too. Handmaid's Tale.
I'll look her up.
White Lotus and Euphoria. And she is known. I mean, she is a good actress.
Oh, that girl.
But everybody talks about her breasts.
Yeah, she got big titties.
Yeah, mine are like her size. That's why I'm like, I can't do that. But I've joked about it though.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. That's the material.
There you go. They're not only big, they're just. I mean, first time I saw them, I was like, holy shit! I mean, they're abnormally beautiful, and I never say that. I mean, she's just got a nice pair of knockers. It's just the way it is.
Sydney Sweeney?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's also 26.
Oh, yes. And she does a lot of scenes with her breasts available.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't heard of her, Nancy. She's pretty much everywhere in the.
Oh, I know who she is. I just didn't know her by name. I've definitely seen her in a ton of stuff.
Oh, it's because she's always.
She actually can act. She's a great actress.
She's good.
Yeah, she's very good. But people can't, including look at. I just brought her up because of her boobs. So.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she be naked so much. Some people like watched it before. Like, come on, Sadie, please, no more. Come on.
I couldn't watch Euphoria. I mean, I watched it, but I was just like, ooh, I can't believe this is like a teen show or like young.
I'm too close to home. I have a niece who's an addict, and I was like, Jesus, this is like watching my life, but less glamorous. I mean, my life was less glamorous than Euphoria. But it was just any problem that could be put upon a person is put upon those kids in that show.
Yeah.
It's quite realistic.
Yeah.
It was what?
It's realistic.
You think so?
I know people like them. Yeah, I know people like them in PV.
Except for the level. I don't think that there would be so many beautiful people in one place. Because they're not supposed to be in California, so.
Yeah.
Are you
Why?
guys all in LA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh, I am too. The reason I ask is because, we all tend to do shows locally, of course. And then, if you get road work, you're lucky. But just swinging it back to like when audiences don't find something funny, LA audiences are some of the toughest.
Oh yeah.
For sure. And even New York comics say that, a lot of comics on the road. But except maybe like if you go into the heart of Virginia or something, or maybe Chicago, some scenes like, black crowds, right? Besides them, LA, but even black crowds will give it to you. If they like you and they think you're funny, they'll give it to you. But LA crowds, oh man, they're so sensitive, and San Francisco too. They're just so
Oh, Seattle.
PC.
Seattle is quite sensitive as well.
Gee,
Yeah.
I am really surprised to hear you say that, because I always feel that LA audiences, because it's an entertainment town, that a lot of the people in the audience are entertainment, either want to be in entertainment or are, and so they're a little bit more giving. I've always thought that LA audiences were a little easier because they're just fellow performers.
Sometimes if they're supportive, but if it's a group of people you don't know at all and it's a mix of LA people, I feel like that's the reason sometimes they're jaded or very savvy, and they're just not impressed because they have so many other people in their lives who are in entertainment, and also like they're just jaded, so jaded and PC together. But I know what you're talking about. I have definitely done some LA audiences where if they're all in entertainment, they are more giving. They're more kind that way because they know how hard it is what you're doing. But just being across the country, I don't have a ton of road experience, but I have a decent amount. I've done East Coast, Midwest, and stuff, and just regular people are easier to make laugh because they're not as worried about how they're going to look.
Yeah, Nancy. Like East Coast crowds aren't as PC.
Mm-hmm.
Boston was fun.
Yeah, they were fun. Midwest people, just regular people. I think it's just because LA is the entertainment industry, and also wherever you have like super woke people, their buttholes are tight. What are you gonna do?
Well, I have a question for you. Have you been out in the country since the political, like since the conservative tidal wave has happened? Because I'm just curious. I mean, I guess it depends what subject you're talking about, but do you feel that people are more in the Midwest, say, about edgy material, or
are they okay with edgy material?
Yeah, I guess
because I did Columbus and Cleveland somewhat recently.
Yeah. So what are they like that way? Do you feel they're open to? Could you tell a Trump joke if you told a Biden joke, for instance?
You can if you craft it well. Yeah. Like the Midwest states are actually a lot more purple. They're more purple than red. There are some crowds for sure that will boo you if you talk smack about Trump, but not many. If anything, they're all worried about being canceled too. But once you break the ice with them, they'll laugh. They'll laugh at whatever they think is funny.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Yeah. Whereas out here, if you're pro-Trump at all, forget it. You're done. You're not going to last 1 second.
That's true.
Oh, yeah,
John, what's your experience with crowds just in the Midwest or other?
I haven't done a Midwest show. I've only done the West Coast, West and East Coast.
Me too.
Yeah, but if you like make anti-Trump jokes in the South, yeah, you're gonna be in trouble.
But they'll laugh. They'll laugh if you make it funny. Whereas out here, if you make anti-Biden jokes, they won't laugh at all, even if it's funny. That's the difference that I've seen.
Yeah, because their buttholes are tight. Like you said.
Yeah. It's too bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
like
whatever.
Yeah, just uptight about that shit.
You got to know where you're at, I guess. But yeah, conservatives will laugh at themselves. Whereas I feel like ultra liberal people, especially in the more woke cities, they won't laugh at themselves.
You know what's
They'll
interesting?
get
Because I'm
mad.
in PV right now, the South Bay of LA County. It's a lot more conservative out here. People are a lot more receptive to anti-Biden jokes. And the thing is,
Oh, of course.
huh? Wait, who said it? Oh, yeah, I was just saying, like, I did an open mic in Torrance on Thursday, and I made a Kamala Harris, just talked about Kamala Harris being president, and, like, everybody was laughing. They thought I was joking. I was just making a serious point. Yeah, so it's different depending on what part of LA you in.
Yeah.
You know who are my favorite crowds? I have to say, Latin crowds. Right, Stevona? Like, I
Yeah.
feel like Latin crowds, you know, they just want to have a good time. You know, they're not uptight. They're there
They're
like with you.
They're not afraid to laugh the loudest.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like that with a lot of black crowds too. A lot of black crowds
Yeah.
are like the hype too.
Yeah. I would have
We just look at a good time.
Yeah. Same with the Latins.
if I'm being real though, with black crowds though, you better be funny. If you're not
Yes.
funny, goodbye.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Because
Like
they
Latin
can.
crowd. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I said
yeah,
because
because we're
they can
ones.
recognize funny.
Yes. You know what I always say? I always say, like, they're going to be like, why am I laughing at you? My uncle's funnier than you. You know,
Yeah.
someone in their family is funnier than you for sure.
A lot of black people are funny too. A lot of black people are just funny. So you have to make sure that you're like funnier.
I think that like a lot of cultures that come from story, like are big into storytelling, like the Irish. Irish are known for the storytelling. I think that African American culture has a lot about storytelling.
Jewish.
Yep.
Especially.
So many funny Jewish comics.
Yeah, and I also feel like a lot of times when the immigrant comics are often very funny because whenever you're the outsider, your perspective is so different. So if you're gay and in a predominantly straight culture, whatever, the comics that I tend to really laugh at tend to be what I think of as in some way an outsider.
For sure.
I mean, how are Asian crowds? I mean, I haven't really worked in Asia.
They're uptight. They're hard.
So
they're pretty hard. I would say that sometimes doing Asian crowds are my least favorite. I think a lot of Asian fans that I've made or have met, they appreciate that I'm up there, but Asians are not known for laughing out loud, right?
That's so true.
B, they're hella judgmental. They're like, "Ugh, you're a shame to our race," right? And C, Asians are just not known for being like a humorous people. I mean, obviously that's a stereotype, and there are a lot of Asians who love to laugh, but in general, it's not like gut busting kind of culture where you're like constantly telling jokes and stuff. The focus is usually school and being successful and being smart and secure. And of course, those are great things as well. But as far as comedy audiences go, they're some of the toughest.
But there seems to be like kind of especially among Asian women. I mean, Zhao Ying and Lin Sun.
Zhao Ying Summers, I love her.
Yeah,
Zhao Ying is cool. Yeah, I like her too.
And I mean, she's fearless, and boy, talk about she has that Asian stereotype of being driven and ambitious because she opened up the 2 comedy clubs, raised children, got a divorce, and blew up on the comedy scene all at once. But and Lin Sun is a Cambodian comic, and she's hilarious. So
I've heard of her.
Yeah, there's a lot of it seems like there's a lot. There's several Asian women right now who I think are doing quite well.
Yeah, a lot of Chinese women. But yeah, if you had to give me a choice though, go do a black crowd, from Oakland, which I've done before. Like older black crowd from Oakland, or go do an Asian crowd in K-Town, I would choose the Oakland crowd any day. even though my heart might be beating out of my chest and I'm still scared. You know,
You brave, Nancy. You be brave to go to the black crowd in Oakland.
I've done it. I did it a long
Yeah.
time ago, and I did well. And I was like, okay, I can die
You're
now.
I'll be
How about
down.
you? How about you, Stevona? What's the hardest crowd for you? You feel like?
Bakersfield.
Why? That's so interesting.
Yeah, that's serious.
Bakersfield has a new club,
Serious.
right?
Yeah, it was it was just that show. Not a lot of us did good. Like, I mean, we did okay, but not just like not like it was just like we all knew we could do better. But they were just like really serious over there and big anything to do in Bakersfield either. So it's like white people. So it was just really weird.
Oh, I wonder what the problem was because I feel like Bakersfield people, just in my generalization, I would imagine they'd appreciate stuff and be like regular people who might.
No, they're
I had
also
heard
uptight-ish because they also
Really?
kind of like don't want to get. They are not people that get like wild, that get like they're not like that. They moved to Bakersfield and there's like nothing out there, so they're used to just being like chill, or like if it was funny, it's like they're like ah ha 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 ha. You know, they're not like ah ha ha like yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, they're very conservative out there. It's pretty much like a red bubble in California.
Hmm.
Wow. Well, you mean like conservative as in like politics wise?
Well, that and lifestyle wise.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. You know, I don't know if you guys know who Brett Ernst is. It's a really amazing comic. He plays Uncle Louie on Cobra Kai.
Oh, yeah, I heard.
He's an incredible comic. I mean, like he's cream of the crop. But the reason I bring him up is because like at the end of his show, he'll tell people like this whole cancel culture stuff is so dumb. Like if you get offended at a show, that's your fault. You should have done some research on who you're watching. And I have to agree with him. It's like, do you go to a movie not knowing what you're going to watch? You watch a preview, right? So if you're the type to get offended, do your research. Watch a joke or two about this person so you know who you're watching, so you don't get all offended and want to, have them canceled.
I want to let y'all ladies know we got 5 viewers on stream right now.
Was
Like what?
5 viewers watching our stream right now.
What up, y'all?
High five. You did.
And the thing is, like most of my streams sorry, ladies. Most of my streams are 40 minutes, so we've gone over that by 12.
Oh.
I was gonna say I gotta go soon anyway, but I appreciate the 5 streamers. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, let's wrap this up. I mean, let's start with Nancy. Tell us about your future projects.
I have a show at the Hollywood Comedy Jiao Ying's club, April 27th, and I've just been working on some stuff like sketch comedy with my husband, posting it up online. You know how like RFK, he just picked a half Chinese 38-year-old VP candidate who has no political background at all. So he and I have been doing some sketches because he's white and he does a good RFK impression, and I'm Asian, so I'm like, oh, this is a shoe-in for us to do some sketches about this. And she's not the best public speaker, so I'll go watch her speech and then watch our sketches.
Cool.
All right, Jenny. I mean, anything going on here?
Yeah. April 19th, I'm going to be at the Crow. This is such a good show, not because I'm on it, but well, that too, but it's called It Might Be Dark, and it's at the Crow, which is in Santa Monica, and they always have a really, really funny lineup, and that's what I am most excited about right now.
It's cool. I mean, it's all you now, Stevona. What you got going on?
Oh yes. April 11th, I'm gonna be performing at the Bellflower, the stand-up comedy club. And then May 10th, 7 p.m. I'm gonna be at the Laugh Factory in Covina. And the 5 viewers, you can follow me on Instagram, Stevona Delgado. That's just my name.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Like-
follow us, please. Followers are everything now for comics. You gotta have
follow
followers
Nancy
to get
Bailey
shows.
on IG too. And Gini, do you have an IG?
Do I have IV?
Yeah, Instagram. You have Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. I thought you were saying, do you have IV? And I was like, I'm not that old.
No, not IG.
Yes, I have Instagram. Yes, Gini, Sikes, not like Wanda, because I'm white. Sikes.
Yeah, I just want to tell y'all ladies, I'm about to go to Peru next Thursday, so I'm gonna do the stream like next Saturday in Peru.
Wow, that's amazing. For
Yeah.
fun?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. My friend hooked me up with a room and everything, so
Nice.
it's really nice being in South America.
Ooh.
That's great.
Yeah. So yeah, it was great having y'all three ladies on, and wish y'all
That was
luck.
fun. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you. Nice meeting you all.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, have a good weekend, y'all. Peace out.
Okay.
Yeah, happy Easter. Bye.
Bye, everybody.